Hello and good afternoon. My name is Devin Peoples-Dixon. I am here with the lovely Miss Jackie Renee Bowden. Say a few words for the camera, ma'am.
Hello, I'm a representative from North Carolina Central University.
And I'm also a representative from North Carolina Central University. The class of May 2012 is definitely in the building, along with the class of May 2013. And I just want to say what a lovely and glorious day that is the Lord has blessed us with on this afternoon. Here at Wumble Park on this afternoon, the atmosphere out here is great and lovely. You know, the rain tried to stop us, but God blessed us to, you know, to let him hold off those clouds for a little bit. Long story short, what the Alumni Association of all the HBCUs is doing here is very positive. I'm looking forward to becoming one of the members that they can use in the next years to come. Like I said, you know, there's food out here. It's a great atmosphere to meet new people and to help bring all the alumni from the different HBCUs across the nation here together. You know, if you can do anything or would love to be a part of it next year, just, you know, get with Mrs. Mona Parks or myself or Miss Jackie Bowden here. We can get you set up. But as I said before, it's a great event, and I'm so happy to be here on this afternoon.
Can we have your name?
Ric Gilbert, President of Raleigh-Wake Alumni Association, North Carolina Central University.
And your name?
Mona Parks, team representatives for the HBCU softball team.
I guess the first question, you got to be pretty excited every year when this tournament is about to get underway.
Yeah, it's something I look forward to every year, right around May, for them to give us a call and say the tournament's about to start. We enjoy it, just coming out, being with other HBCUs, playing camaraderie, meeting new people, just getting everybody together and getting that exposure that is necessary for all alumni associations, because we want to get the name out there. We want to let people know that we're here, we're out in the community doing what we can do to make things better.
Why is it so important to get these teams together and to have this event?
Like I said, it gives exposure to the alumni associations all over, because a lot of times it's hard for people to get in contact with us, and we'll show that we're out here. We can show younger kids that, hey, your HBCUs are out here. Find out about us, come and ask us questions. We're all out here, adults, waiting to give you any information that you need.
What is it that impresses you the most about the folks that come out and want to be a part of this event?
It's good to know that as HBCUs that we have dedicated people in our chapters who are willing to do things like this. And we also, as we strive to our ultimate goal, is that we want us to come together to raise scholarship dollars, because most HBCUs will never have enough money. There are always students who are in financial need. So if we can grow this tournament to where we anticipate it to be, then we have scholarship dollars that we want to eventually be able to grow that scholarship money.
How do you get the municipalities on that level to really embrace this? Because it seems in order for this to really grow, there's going to have to be more partnerships out there.
It's been a little bit more difficult to get partnerships, but I think as our visibility grows by doing things like this and continuously growing every year, I think that visibility will also increase our partnerships. And as we do continue to grow, and we let our financial partners know that we really mean business, and let them embrace what our focus is, we think that would help us eventually get to where our ultimate goal is.
It appears that this event, I mean, there are a lot of folks who have their own visions as to how this can grow. Some say, I've even heard some people say this would be great for a two-day event with about 20 HBCUs in the tournament and having parties and what have you, and just making it a weekend event. Do you hope to ever get it to that level?
We do eventually hope to get it to that level, but from whence we came, and we've been in this probably about 13, 14 years now. We only started with 2 teams for the first 10 years. So for the last 4 or 5 years at least, we've grown to 8 teams. We've had at least 10 on our roster, but unfortunately they couldn't get their teams together. So from whence we came, from 2 teams up to 8, that's significant progress. And hopefully if we continue to develop along those lines, in another few years, then we can do a better job at marketing this event and get to the level that we ultimately hope to get to.
Larry Galloway, past president of Raleigh-Wake A&T Alumni Chapter.
Larry, the same question. Talk a little bit about the history behind this tournament and why we're all here.
One of the original premises behind the tournament was when the Raleigh used to have the Aggie Eagle Classic football game in September, and what the Raleigh-Wick chapter of the A&T Alumni Association and the Raleigh-Wick chapter of the NCCU Alumni Association thought it would be a good idea. The week before the game, we would have a small contest between the two local chapters with the in softball, you know, for camaraderie, to develop it and develop friendships and networking. And what happened was I first approached Mona about it, and she said it was a good idea. My original premises was just to have the game, but Mona wanted to expand it and also include picnic and food and all that, which was good. And so we talked with people, and we decided to continue it. And then later on, 4 or 5 years later, we thought it would be better if we even included additional HBCUs in the particular tournament. And from there, the initial a tournament from that span was a 4-team tournament that included A&T, NCCU, Winston-Salem State, and also Hampton. And from there, it's branched out into what you see today.
Are you shocked at how it has grown in popularity?
Well, it was ironic when we were first doing this. Earl was one of the people I had set it up, and one of the there was another gym, but one of the first premises they wanted to do, they did say they wanted to see it grow, but we didn't anticipate it growing to 8 to 10 teams a year, but we're glad that it has.
Yeah, my name is Earl Horton. I'm the current president of the Raleigh-Wick chapter of the A&T Alumni Association.
Earl, along with what I asked you, this has got to be something that you're always looking forward to every year.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I mean, from the beginning, you know, it started out with A&T and Central playing on an annual basis, and then it went to the 14 format, and you know, it has grown to the 18 format, and it seemed like every year, you know, there's always some excitement when it comes come around, as far as the camaraderie, you know, the friendships, and you know, all that good stuff. So,
what do you hope? How do you hope for this to really grow in this area?
Well, you know, the purpose of this, man, is really, you know, to bring the alumni, you know, from the triangle together. And you know, one of the things that we want to do was, you know, bring fellowship, fun, and I think that everybody, you know, want to come here and enjoy themselves, really. You know, it's really a relaxing time, you know what I'm saying? And I think the popularity over the years have grown above leaps and bounds. We're always receiving, you know, phone calls from other HBCU alumni chapters in the area that want to participate in it. So I think as far as the potential of the tournament for years to come will definitely grow.
And that was what I was going to ask you. What about the schools from the SWAC, from the SIAC?
It's open to any HBCU. You know, like I said, majority of teams here, you know, MEAC and CIAA, but we would love to open it up to other, you know, other HBCU conferences.
And to your knowledge, one of you could ask this, do you know of any other area in the country that has this type of event? Yeah,
I know Charlotte does, and that's kind of where we kind of adopted their format in terms of how they do it. I think their tournament may actually have around 10 to 12 teams that they do in Charlotte, so it's very big in Charlotte, and that's why we kind of adopted that. We was trying to at one time kind of have a like an all-star game between the winner of this tournament versus the winner of the Charlotte tournament, called like a grand championship, and we still would like to do that, you know, sometime in the near future.
So I guess this is something that continues to evolve, and you continue to get input from those that play and want to play, that this thing could get even bigger in the future.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. That's what we hope. One of the things that we did this year, we used to have a minimum of 3 women on the team, but now they've gone to a 5-5 format for the team, where we have 5. It's completely co-ed, 5 females, 5 males. So, and that's one of the things we really want to stress. You know, one of the reasons we wanted to do this is because the women could participate also. We just didn't want to make it an all-male thing. We wanted to be co-ed, and that's what it's evolved to do.
And so if there are other schools, whether it's Grambling, whoever has a strong alumni base in this area, and they want to be involved, what do you suggest they do?
Well, they can always go through our website, Raleigh-Wick Aggie Alumni. We do have email addresses. My email address is on there. They can just contact me, and we can just forward the information to the tournament committee, and we can get in contact with you that way.
And what about reaching out to the young ones out here? that are in high school, middle school, they also get exposure and see and meet HBCU grads.
Yeah, one of the things that with all the chapters, what we try to do, we try to set up, chapter booths, around here. So if any youth is interested in getting some information about a particular HBCU school, we'll definitely have that information available. All right, and hello, how y'all doing today? Introduce yourselves and the school that you're representing.
I'm Takara Jones with Fayetteville State University.
Okay.
Tony Craddock with Fayetteville State University.
Okay, and how long has your chapter been participating in the HBCU tournament?
This is actually our third year having a team to participate in the tournament.
Okay, and what's your how you think the tournament is going so far?
So far, so good. We won our first game for the first year, so we're excited.
Okay. Definitely, the first time we won the first game. We normally go 1-1 the last 2 years, but we always lose the first game. But we won the first game this year.
Okay. And tell us a little bit about your chapter, as far as y'all, the Raleigh-Wake chapter. Right. Okay, talk about your chapter.
Actually, we're still new members of the chapter, so we're still getting our feet wet as far as the chapter is concerned. We're definitely recruiting new membership. That's why we definitely want to participate in the HBCU softball tournament to increase our numbers, to get the younger crowd involved and whatnot. Okay. But we're a fairly active chapter, and we're still growing.
Okay, and what do you think, as far as with this HBCU tournament, what's your perception as far as the growth of this tournament?
Well, with this being our third year, actually, I've seen it. It's improved a lot since my first year. I see it growing more. People interested in participating. A lot of schools that are not in the tournament have reached out trying to figure out how they can get involved in the tournament. So I think it has great potential, and years to come it'll be a lot bigger than what it is now.
Okay. All right, well, thank you.
Wonderful.
Great. Get your name.
Alan Mason.
Elizabeth City State.
All day, every day.
The importance of this tournament. I mean, obviously beyond the competition. What do you think it really means?
Well, what it should mean is, all the universities coming together for a common cause, showing that we all can collaborate on a great day of coming out, giving the schools exposure. As you can see, all the schools have tents set up with information, so giving the community opportunity to learn more about these universities, and for future students to learn about these universities and gather information so they can better themselves.
Beyond whether it's the CIAA tournament, MEAC tournament, football games, athletic events, can you think of any other event away from the universities themselves that can compare to something like this, the idea like this?
Oh, I mean, this is a great idea. Like you mentioned, anytime that you can get all the schools together, whether it's the CIAA, whether it's the MEAC, then whenever the schools come together for, a larger purpose, whether it's for education or just having fun, then it's always a great thing.
And finally, what do you think? Obviously, there's some ideas that have been floating around about how to grow this tournament. What do you think will get this tournament to that next level? And what's the philosophy that maybe the organizers should kind of look towards?
Well, next year Elizabeth City State is going to be the chair of the tournament, so it's going to automatically grow because we do big and better things.
We'll leave it at that.
Helen Best.
Helen Best, and that's what, Sean?
Yes.
All right.
Greg Watkins, Shaw University.
Talk a little bit about, I guess, your first impression of the first time. Is this your first time out here this year?
No.
What was your first impression when you came to the first HBCU softball tournament?
Fellowship with Raleigh-Wake chapter of Shaw University, but also fellowship with the other local chapters in HBCU.
What does it mean to you for these schools to get together? We in fun and in jest, we always talk about each other, trying to get the
fun competition. It's always a lot of fun, and you get to know a lot of people that go to other schools other than Shaw University, even though they chose the other schools to go to.
Talk about your impression on how this type of tournament can help to foster and share the good news that's going on in HBCUs and the alumni. How important is this event?
Well, it's real important. I think our one goal that we've been trying to do is get more of the churches involved where we can get the youth here. And our problem is trying to get them to come out during our tournament. You know, we've suggested in the committee meetings that if we could actually partner up with some of the churches, you know, maybe they have a family day out here, that would enhance our tournament, you know, and we'll get more young kids out. So, you know, we've been trying to work that out, and I think we kind of fallen short of that still.
So obviously this is more than just a softball tournament.
Right. We're trying to get the young kids to see that HBCU schools are just as good as any other school, you know. Most people around here are all about ACC, and we're trying to show them that there's a lot of good black schools around the area. So.
And I asked the last group of gentlemen the importance of not only having CIAA and MEAC member schools, because obviously they have the largest number of alumni in this area, but what about the SWAC, SIAC, getting the other HBCUs from across the country that may have alumni associations in this area part of this? Is that something that's going to be talked about?
Well, I'm not sure about the SWAC. I'm not really familiar with them, but you got to start somewhere. And by starting, you know, with these two conferences, other schools will see it and they'll start. Maybe it'll start something down in their areas, you know, closer to home. I mean, that's the goal, I guess, and you got to start somewhere. That's all I can think of when it comes to that.
And the final question for you, in regards of this tournament, what are some of the things that you would like to see added? You know, to you know, not only focus on just the camaraderie on the field, but what are some of the things that would really enhance this event that may get more folks in the community?
Just like Greg had said about Family Day, also black vendors, so we can increase our black economy in the area, because I think my husband told me that a lot of this area is really predominantly black. So to boost the economy, to get more people out, also going back to the fellowship and increase the economy.
Duane Baker. St. Augustine's University.
University. Talk about this tournament. You know, your opinion. Is this your first year playing in it?
No, this is our fifth year playing in it with and last year, you know, we had the opportunity to win the championship finally. So we reigned the champions this year. So.
What was your first impression in your first tournament 5 years ago?
It was a work in progress. That's what it was. Trying to get the team built and get the word out and all. But it was a nice experience, and it's been growing ever since. So.
What impresses you the most about this tournament?
I guess coming out and being able to the friendships you make out here, and get to see the other HBCUs, just that family atmosphere we get here. That's one thing.
And what do you think would help to enhance this tournament?
Probably a little more publicity, just getting the word out. I think that would help out a lot there, because so much history with all these HBCUs here that I think it's already enhancing it. Just getting the word out, I think, makes it. There's a lot of people on this, a lot of HBCUs in this area. So.
But besides playing the game, how important is it for alums from all parts of this country that whether it's Hampton, Howard, if they had a team, St. Aug, of course, Shaw, Fayetteville State, to be able to come together, not at a sanctioned CIAA or MEAC game, but something where you come out and just be weekend warriors for a day. How important is it to be able to laugh and meet new people?
I think it's very important. Like I said, I'm a people person for one thing, and just come out here networking and being able to do this for here every year. I think it's a great thing. It's a great feeling. I think we get every year. So.
Your name?
Stanley Harding.
With some Stanley.
Yes.
Stanley, the history of this tournament, you know, fully aware of it. But what do you think is the most important thing people should take from it? every year when they participate, or they anticipate the next year?
Well, there's a couple of things I think people should take from it. One thing would be the collaboration among the participating HBCU alumni and the building the camaraderie among the teams and to get together and have some fun.
What do you think is the most important thing about this HBCU tournament, that for the reasons why it continues to be popular? Why do you think it continues to be so popular?
There's a couple of things. We have some competitive teams, so that's one thing, and we also want to share our HBCU among the area. So
how do you get, obviously the HBCUs are so important to the fabric, the history of the African American community, minorities in general, but how do you get this tournament to reach beyond the black community, to get others interested in it, to get others to know about, what HBCUs are in this state and what they have to offer nationwide?
Well, we have to reach out just beyond Hollis Springs or just beyond Wake County, reach out to middle schools and high schools and let them make them knowledgeable that this event is actually going on. So because we also like to share information about our colleges, so we have to reach out to those high school students, those middle school students, and let them know that we're here, we exist, what we're about, and all of the good things that we do.
Now, as you walk around, this park and watch as the games go on, there are those little things that you mentioned. You could walk around and see the kids interested, some wearing, probably their parents' alumni shirt that they may have gotten picked up at a football game or whatever. How important is it to be able to see those kids here and for them to be involved, maybe not directly in the game, but just having that exposure?
Yeah, it's very important because we have to cultivate at an early age to let them know that HBCUs exist, and once we cultivate at that early age and they grow up and they see events like this going on today and they see people come together and playing in a competitive, or in some cases non-competitive game of softball, lets them know that the significance of it, that it's not just about what goes on while you're in school, but a lot at the positive things that alumni do and are doing that are products of these HBCUs.
All right, well, how you doing, sir?
Good.
If you could introduce yourself and the school that you represent.
Okay, my name is Bobby Marshall. I am part of the Bethune-Cookman Alumni Association, the Raleigh-Durham chapter.
Okay, and thank you for coming out here and representing your chapter out here. And even though, unfortunately, we don't have a team for you this year, but hopefully in the future you definitely will get a team together. Tell us about your chapter, how many members it has?
Well, we've been around since last year, actually. We just charted the chapter in the area. We have about 10 to 15 members. Or not members, but active alumni. So,
active alumni. Gotcha. Okay, and what's your been your observations about the tournament thus far?
Really, it's a really good setup. I'm loving what I'm seeing. I'm loving how all the teams and schools are coming together. I just wish we could be out here, but I definitely had to come out and represent.
Okay, cool. Well, we can adopt you for honorary Aggie for today, so we'll take care of you. All right, cool. Wow, well, thank you for representing your chapter, and thanks for coming out.
Thanks for
all right.